I'm celebrity wet nurse Tim Henson. Friday, July 11th, 2025 is National Sucker Punch a Baby Day. Join me, won't you, in celebrating by popping an infant in the face. Started in 1979, National Sucker Punch a Baby Day was created to inform people of how useless babies really are. They can't walk, they can't make coffee, and they can't defend themselves from human fists. In fact, the only thing babies really can do is, well, cry. Don't you think it's time we toughen up these future adults and prepare them for the cold realities of the world they will inhabit? So go ahead, take a cheap shot at a baby. Every broken nose is a promise of a future with fewer pussies in it. Oh, and it's fun to do. National Sucker Punch a Baby Day. With your help, it's sure to be a hit. Hey, freaks, it's Wednesday, July 9th, 2025. Coming up on the program today, the number one source of pro-incest content on the internet. Plus, the investor who's turning crack houses into crack homes and painting children's food with toxic paint. All this plus your voicemails today.
Distorted View Daily proudly presents a grandmother having phone sex.
Tell me how big your cock is. 7 inches? Is it a fat cock or a skinny cock looking? How would you like it if you had a little bitch like me take her tongue and stick it in your pee hole real good? Would you like that? We're not going to tell her, are we? What that bitch don't know is not going to hurt, right? I tell you, well, you know what President Clinton said, don't you? President Clinton says eating's not cheating anyway. Am I right or am I right? And if President Clinton said it, I think it's right, don't you? Now, honey, I'll tell you one thing for fucking sure, baby. If me and my girlfriend... Now, how tall are you? How much do you weigh, baby? And what color eyes you got, baby? What color hair? What? Well, goddamn it, baby, you do sound good enough to eat right off the fucking bat. Now, I've got red hair. Have you ever fucked a redheaded pussy before? No? Would you like to fuck a redheaded goddamn motherfucking pussy, baby doll? Huh? I'll tell you one thing for fucking sure, baby. You can fuck my little redheaded pussy. I got these great big fat pussy lips, and they're so big and fat, honey, you can't even see my fucking little clit.
It's Distorted View Daily with Tim Henson.
She is a fat cunt.
Wait a minute.
I'm not quite sure why I'm here or what I'm doing.
We are drinking other people's abortions.
Don't get AIDS.
Yes, Tim Henson back here with you for your Wednesday midweek program. Got a great one for you. You know, I can't tell you how many emails and messages I've received since we featured Mead Metal. So many of you enjoyed the hard rock versions of Mead. One person who did not enjoy it was, in fact, Mead Skelton. I don't know if I mentioned this on the free side or on a Sideshow exclusive episode, but Mead actually emailed me. He heard the segment and was less than impressed. He said the vocal was off-key and it ruined the warmth of his voice. He went on to say one of the great things about his music, tooting his own horn, is the wholesome quality of it. Heavy metal kind of takes that away and, quote, it loses its charm and personality. Also, I learned that Mead hates drums. He said drums ruin songs and he doesn't like electric guitars. I had time to think about those statements, and I wonder, this is what I came up with. You know how Mead says that he's like mildly autistic? And one thing I know about autistic people is they don't like loud noises. That's why a lot of them wear those like earmuffs or helmets and shit. Do you think maybe like the sound of the drum triggers Mead, and that's why he hates that particular instrument? I don't know, I'm just floating that theory out there. Anyway. Based on that information, I don't think we're ever going to get officially released hard rock covers of Mead songs, so I guess it's all just left up to me. I do have a couple additional examples today. I know there is a segment of listeners who hate all AI music. I promise you this segment will be quick. but a lot of Mead's music, for some reason, really lends itself to heavy metal. Now, last week, we featured 3 great examples, some of his best music, in my opinion. Today, I had to dig a bit deeper in the Mead archives. And honestly, I forgot how many great tunes Mead has crafted over the years. I guarantee you, when you hear this first heavy metal version, you're not going to know what it is, what it's based on. I wouldn't even say it's like a B-side. This is like a deep cut. I think Mead only really sang it once to record the video, and since then, I don't recall him ever playing it during a live stream or anything, so you may remember it because I think we did feature it here on the podcast, but this is obviously not one of his favorite songs. It is really good, though. Take a listen. Oh, yeah, there is quite a long intro to this. Normally, I hate long instrumentals, but I think it sets the song up great. Like, where is this possibly going to go, right? Let me just fast forward.
Oh, Chaco Taco, please don't leave me. Oh, Chaco Taco, say you'll stay.
Yeah, you may remember a few years ago, the Choco Taco was taken off the market, and apparently it was one of Mead's favorite ice cream treats. This is almost like a Choco Taco eulogy.
I'll miss your crunchy peanuts. I'll miss your chocolatey ice cream too. Without your taco shell, my life will be hell. Taco Taco, tell me what can I do?
My favorite part of the song is the, I'll miss your crunchy peanuts. It's almost like Guns N' Roses, right? Yeah, it's like Axl Rose.
I'll miss your crunchy peanuts.
Look, we've had a lot of fun with Mead and heavy metal music, but some of his songs would better be covered in a different genre. For instance, I love the 90s. For a very brief moment, there was this weird mixture of like pop and punk and ska music. Horns played a big part in pop music for, 20 minutes in the 90s. It is very memorable. And I heard one of Mead's songs and I thought, you know what? This would be great for some pop ska a la 1990s. Take a listen.
Get a comment for mommy. It's better for society. Critical race theory being taught in our schools. The school board is sitting there acting like a bunch of fools. The parents are going crazy. That's the way they want it. When the Bolsheviks take over, there's nowhere to go.
Mead is the only person still singing about the Bolsheviks. Again, somehow it works. Presented in ska manner.
C is for comic and T is for tree. Put them both together, they go very naturally. Cause swinging from a tree is where a commie ought to be. Kill a commie for mommy. Do the world a favor today.
Oh, okay, that's enough of a ska treatment. Over the years, Mead has recorded many holiday songs. Yeah, gotta honor the baby Jesus. I thought it would be funny, and also it would probably infuriate Mead to give one of these holiday songs a more international sound. I gotta be honest with you, I really feel like I'm innovating here. You don't hear too many Middle Eastern-inspired Christian holiday songs. I've really done something here.
You better wish me a Merry Christmas. Don't wish me Happy Holidays. If you do, I'll beat you black and blue. Merry Christmas to you.
This works on a couple of levels. First of all, it sounds great. But also, there's this stereotype about Middle Eastern people, that they're terrorists. You've heard that one, right? They're violent people. And this is kind of a violent song, right? You better fucking say Merry Christmas or I'm going to punch your lights out.
So it's a simple request I ask of you. No matter what you do. If you don't, I'll put my fist in your face. Merry Christmas to you or else. Merry Christmas to you.
That song ends with a threat. The whole song is a threat, really.
Or else.
I've got two more short examples. One was suggested in the voicemail segment. I'm sorry I don't remember who exactly called in and said this, but they wanted to hear like an 80s new wave, Depeche Mode, Erasure, Eurythmics type of sound put to a Mead track. So we've got Fat No More. This is another one of those Mead songs that I don't really think about. It doesn't come first to mind when someone says play a Mead track, but it is good, and it's all about how Mead is fat and he doesn't want to be fat no more. Story of his life, right?
Don't wanna be fat no more.
This is the original.
Just wanna be through that door.
Got that signature Yankee Doodle quality. Now here is the 80s totally tubular version of Fat No More.
I'm gonna be better. I'm gonna fit into my sweater, and I won't be fat no more. I've got a new diet to chew, and I've changed my ways with food. It's hard to make it stick when you're really super thick. I've been down that road before.
I think this song in particular has a great ending.
This whole being around has really got me down, but I won't be fat no more. I won't be fat no more.
So, again, that was great. I think what we're learning here is Mead's music works with just so many genres. The one it doesn't work with, though, is the one that Mead insists on using. That stupid Yankee Doodle dandy folk crap. I'm sorry, these songs actually slap, as the kids say. Now, I do have one more example. In this, I really tried to please Mead with this one. If anything is going to get Mead on our side when it comes to releasing AI covers of his music, this is going to be it. Who is Mead's favorite artist? I mean, aside from Elvis and all those awful fucking rednecks. Laura Branigan. For some reason, Mead loves Laura Branigan. If you don't know who Laura Branigan is, would not hold that against you. In the 80s, she had a huge hit with Gloria. I can't play much of this or it'll be flagged, but you know Gloria, right? Gloria, Gloria, Gloria. I think Mead is attracted to her or something. I don't know. But he had some of her albums. He loves to sing Laura Branigan. So I thought, what if Laura Branigan sang one of Mead's songs? And the song that I thought Laura Branigan might choose, given the option, would be E-Girl. It's a relatively new song, but it's all about a woman who is an OnlyFans model. Here's a little bit from the original.
She was searching for her daddy's love, but it wasn't enough.
Ah, a tale as old as time. Porn whores with daddy issues.
Her boyfriend told her she would be a star in the backseat of his car.
All right, let's hear the Laura Branigan version of E-Girl.
She was searching for her daddy's love, but it wasn't enough. So she took herself to OnlyFans, posting pictures in the buff. Now she looks in the mirror, could it be any clearer? The choices she made weren't the right ones. I tried to tell her before, don't do it anymore. The internet is forever. Oh, E-Girl, listen to me. Those men just wanna use you and abuse you in some sick, twisted
what you will about AI. That sounds good, in my opinion. I mean, it's not perfect, but to me, that sounds like a song that you would hear on the radio in the 80s. I mean, it would be weird to hear about the internet and OnlyFans in the 1980s, before the internet really existed. But aside from that, it fits in pretty well. Well, there you go, Mead. If you want the full version, I'd be happy to send it to you. It's kind of like Laura Branigan did a cover of your song. I can't wait to get the email from Mead saying, that sounds nothing like Laura Branigan. There's no soul to her voice. I don't like that synth sound. It's too distorted. Shut up. It's good and you know it. All right, I do have a couple of other things I wanted to share with you today. First up, I had no idea this subreddit existed, but of course it does. r/incest isn't wrong. Oh, really? I learned about this courtesy of German guy who sent along a thread of subreddit drama. Apparently, Reddit has warned the moderators of Incest Isn't Wrong that some of the posts over there are pedophile-friendly. Some might say there's some grooming going on over there. So, along with warning the moderators to, clean house a little, they also set the subreddit so you have to be over 18 to even look at this shit. I don't care so much about that drama, although it is pretty good. I hear pedophile and my ears perk up, but I really am more interested in what the hell is going on normally on the Incest Isn't Wrong subreddit. So let's take a look. The very first post I ran across is some pro-incest propaganda. Actually, they're talking bad about people who are not into incest. We are known as incest phobes. There are 4 types of us out there. Number 1 being the anti-intellectual. It's the brainiacs who are fucking their cousins, apparently. Yes, the anti-intellectual says things like, incest is wrong. And when asked why, they reply, what do you mean why? What's wrong with you? It just is. It's just wrong. The pro-incest person might then reply, well, what about consenting adults? Even if they are related, they're consenting adults. Look, I'm not going to listen to some freak who's literally defending incest. There's no debate here. You need help. That's what the anti-intellectual incest phobe sounds like. I was thinking about this. Uh-oh. I might agree with part of this, right? Like, I think I am pro-incest. Don't isolate that audio, please. Okay, first of all, let's set some ground rules here. Anything being done with the mother and father, with their children, that's wrong. That's off limits. I think there's a power dynamic there, right? It's kind of like when you work at a company, you're not allowed to, fuck your manager or your boss or whatever. But, if you're on the same level as the other employee you want to bang, then that's okay. Basically, what I'm saying is siblings. See, I don't even think siblings are okay, because if there's a possibility that someone could get pregnant, that's a no-go. Because, you might have the mongoloid children, even if you have an abortion or whatever still. That's a big indication that incest is wrong. Like the fact that if you fuck and a baby is produced, it's going to be a mongoloid. Nature is telling you don't do that. So, here's the ground rule for incest. If you're siblings, you can have sex, but not vaginally, unless it's 2 girls fingering each other or something. Gay stuff is on the table. Basically, I'm a big advocate of pro-gay incest. I don't know. Maybe I should give this some more thought. Because my thinking is, it's just sex at that point. You're just getting off. It's just a fun thing. There's no chance you're going to ruin anyone else's life, According to this poster, the other types of incest phobes include the bigot, who says things like, you're not supposed to bang your own family members. It's fucking gross. What kind of pervert would even want that? That's what they consider a bigot. Come on. Have an open mind. The denier, who won't even consider the fact that it might not be harmful to those involved, and the minimizer. These are people that I guess don't even think incest is real. It's fantasy land. It's not actually like this happens, and if it does, it's so rare that it's not even worth considering. I mean, I've never met anyone like that, have you? And what's the big problem? Just date someone else. It's true, there's billions of people on this planet. Do you have to fuck your mother? Jesus. All right, let's get into some actual posts from actual incest enthusiasts. We're already in trouble with the headline of this first post. Starting a family. This can't go anywhere good. I, a 24-year-old man, finally had the courage to address the topic of having kids with my mom, age 46. We talked really long about it and had a passionate and open discussion. Tears were rolling and a lot of comforting each other was involved. But at the end, we agreed on something. You want to come in her. You want to bust a nut in your mom and make babies. That's exactly what he said. We want to have kids and start our own family! Exclamation mark. Luckily, she personally knows a doctor she went to school with who can do all the medical tests for us, to ensure the baby or babies are healthy. We also agreed on raising any potential children together and both take the role of parents for them. The only thing they haven't figured out is how, quote, we will portray that to the outside world, but that solution will come along the way. It's so easy, by the way. If you're a guy, just say, me and my wife got a divorce. My mom's helping me raise the kid. So just say it's the grandmother. No one's going to believe you're fucking your mom. The comment section did not read like how I thought it was going to go. In any other subreddit, I'd be bringing the popcorn. This is going to be good. But the very first comment is congratulations. Also, what an extremely special moment. Oh, everything about this is special. You're even going to have very special children.
Welcome to McDonald's. May I help you?
Exactly. That kind of special. Here are a few other posts. I recently discovered I'm into it. Yes, let's welcome another incest freak into the fold. I recently have been having more and more thoughts about different family members. I realized I was into incest. I guess I have been for a while, but it just didn't click until now. It's funny. I found this subreddit, thanks to you freaks, yesterday. Yesterday happened to be my sister's birthday. What I thought would be funny is to send a message to her saying happy birthday, and then along with that, send an image I found on the Incest is Wrong subreddit featuring a cartoon brother and sister kissing with the words siblings, what we really are. And then it breaks down the word siblings. It says S, sexually compatible, I, intimate, B, bonded, L, lovers, I, irresistible, N, needy, G, giving, and S, sensual. That's what siblings are. Forbidden? Maybe. Perfect? Definitely. A younger Tim Henson would have, without thought, sent that to my sister. I refrained, though. There's just a lot of people who are looking for incest where there is no incest. What if Peter Parker, Spider-Man, and Aunt May shared something deeper than just family? They make for a cute couple. They remind me of my mom and me. There's something about the way Peter looks at Aunt May. They're not real people. It's a comic book, right? There's something about the way Peter looks at Aunt May that lingers too long, too soft, like he's not just looking at family. Their moments together always feel charged with something more. Stop trying to make Aunt May into incest. All right. Oh, and finally, here's one more post. Is it really okay? ? No. Hello, everyone. So me and my son have been together for quite a while. And we even have a child. None of this is okay. There's this small part in my head constantly asking myself if this is actually okay or if I ruined his life. I'm just so anxious that I caused him opportunities in life. Also, to be safe, I'll mention that it started when he was 20 and I was 37. Again, that makes it okay. It's kind of like those times where the grandparents raised them as their own, but I never denied being his mom. Again, you'd expect some tough love in any other subreddit. Get the fuck out of here with that, you freak! You need to be arrested, Here, the top comment is, keep it up, sister! All I can say is congratulations to the happy couple, and may you stay together for many years to come. Man, this subreddit is a wild ride. If you want to check it out for yourself, it is r/incest isn't wrong. I would go ahead and just make sure you're in a private tab. You really don't want this to show up in any sort of history or cache or whatever. All right, and with that, let's get into the crazy, bizarre twist of the fucked up news right now. Not a member of the Distorted View Sideshow. What are you waiting for? Help support this stupidity. Become a true and honorable freak today. When you sign up, you get access to all of the exclusive shows we've done. We've been doing the sideshow since, 2006? My God, we've already celebrated the 20th anniversary of DV. Next year is the 20th anniversary of the sideshow. Thank you guys so much for making it a success. If you are not yet a member, let's rectify that situation. Go to distortedview.com right now. Memberships are very inexpensive, only $8.99 a month, even less when you opt for a quarterly, semi-annual, yearly, or lifetime membership. Throughout the week, we do full-length exclusive shows just for paying members, typically 2 times a week. We also do bonus segment shows, which are smaller, usually somewhere between 10, 15, 20 minutes. So on Monday, we did a bonus segment show for Sideshow Freaks. Yesterday was a full-length episode. Got another bonus segment show today, and then tomorrow's episode is going to be full-length, again, just for Sideshow members. It's a great time to sign up. Go to distortedview.com right now. Of course, if you listen to DV through Spotify, instead of signing up on the website, you'll sign up inside of Spotify. They make it very easy. Just search for Distorted View, tap the About tab on our little podcast page, and you'll see a link to sign up for Sideshow Access. When you do, all of the exclusive shows will appear right alongside the free episodes in Spotify. Same deal with Apple Podcasts, although you're given a choice. You can either sign up inside of the Apple Podcast app, or you can go to distortedview.com. One final way to help support the show, we've got a Patreon account, patreon.com/distortedview. You can pledge as little as $1 over there. Every little bit helps. Pledge at least $5, and you get access to a special voicemail line where I will play your calls first. All right, 2 very quick stories, then we'll get the hell out of here. First up, take a look at the featured image over there at distortedview.com and superfreaksideshow.com. This is something I saw a week or 2 ago, and apparently it is creating quite the buzz in Cleveland, Ohio. Yes, this story comes from my home state, the Florida of the North, Ohio. A series of controversial billboards in Cleveland advertising, quote, "Yes, I buy crack houses," and "Your house is trash, I'll pay cash," has sparked outrage from local residents and officials who say the signs are offensive and target low-income black neighborhoods. Well, there aren't a lot of crack mansions out there. I mean, come on, not everything is racist. Sometimes it's just a fact that crack houses are in low-income areas. In addition to the words, "Yes, I buy crack houses," in huge letters, there's an image of a dilapidated house on the billboard, along with this, I guess, investor or realtor. He certainly kind of has a punchable face, if you ask me. Again, I've made it today's featured image. The ads promoting home investor John Williams appeared across the city in recent weeks, most notably at intersections like East 79th and Carnegie Avenue, while some of his billboards use more conventional messaging, like "the most trusted home buyer in America." It's funny that the most trusted home buyer in America, it pretty much deals in crack houses. Other billboards employ deliberately provocative language that critics call disrespectful and demeaning. You know what, though? We're talking about it. There are news stories being written about it. This is a very successful ad campaign. "It's a clear mockery of our community," said City Council President Blaine Griffin, who called for the sign's immediate removal. "You come into a predominantly poor African-American community, and you're sending a condescending message." Williams defended the billboard, saying they were designed to draw attention to the city's abundance of abandoned and dilapidated homes. It's like, not my fault. You got a bunch of crack houses around here. Maybe if city council did their job, people wouldn't be turning to crack in droves. Quote, "Some people may not like the wording, but the problem exists," he told local media. "We fix up properties others ignore and create affordable housing." Yeah, that's not typically what happens when these investors buy a bunch of crack houses in a neighborhood. They fix them up. They're obviously going to be more expensive. Poor people are not going to be able to afford it, so a nicer or more wealthy home buyer purchases it, and the next thing you know, all the poor people are pushed out. It's no longer a crack neighborhood. Local activist Keturah Lenora Thompson, who helped organize the backlash online, she must be so proud, said the messaging insults the legacy of historic neighborhoods. Like, I get where the poor people are coming from, but also, what does it say about these historic neighborhoods if there's just a bunch of crack homes, and abandoned houses around? So, historic doesn't immediately mean nice or good. There's a lot of historic shit out there. All right, these are homes with history and pride. Again, we're talking about crack houses, not just crack houses, she said. Following public pressure, the billboard company that was displaying these things, Lamar Advertising, they began removing some of the signs. The total number of controversial billboards is unclear, but officials said up to 6 were flagged for removal. Williams, whose face appears on the ads, has received death threats. No, he maintains that his tactics are effective. It may come off harsh, but the goal of advertising is to get attention. Mission accomplished. All right, and finally today, freaks, we've got a story coming out of China. This is really a day chock full of confirming stereotypes. As offensive as some of these things are, there's a reason for them, apparently. In low-income neighborhoods, yeah, there are crack houses. And in China, they have very low safety standards when it comes to the products they make and the food they cook. And I'm not just talking about stuff that they export over here into America. You know, you always hear, oh, that's some cheap Chinese stuff. It's probably full of lead and going to give you cancer. Yeah, well, they're feeding their own children lead. That kind of makes me feel a little better. It's like, you know, China's not doing things maliciously. They'll even kill their own with their cheap shit. Not that they hate us. What exactly am I talking about? So glad you asked. Authorities in northwestern China have detained 8 people following a disturbing case of mass lead poisoning involving more than 200 kindergarten children. The incident stems from school kitchen staff allegedly using toxic industrial paint to color food. You know, they were just trying to make it look fun for the children. Maybe they would eat their vegetables if they were painted in fun neon colors. Purple, pink, slime green. Oh, and ate that food they did. According to officials, at least 233 children at Paijing Kindergarten in Tianhua City, Gansu Province, that's a lot of Chinese words there, tested positive for dangerously high levels of lead after consuming brightly colored steamed cakes and sausage buns. Lab analysis found the lead content in some food items to be up to 2,000 times above the national safety threshold. And that's just like one piece of food. Everything was painted with that shit. Investigators say the school's principal instructed kitchen workers to purchase red and yellow pigment online, despite clear labeling that the product was not safe for consumption. Surveillance footage aired by Chinese state media appeared to show staff mixing the pigment into food preparation. Now, I'm wondering if this was a case of, just trying to make the food look fun, or if the staff had purchased some questionable food or, it expired, it was looking wilted, moldy, and they literally slapped a coat of paint to make this look edible. Authorities allege that after children began falling ill, the staff attempted to conceal the paint supplies. Parents told local media they began noticing symptoms including abdominal pain, leg aches, and loss of appetite as early as March. One father, Mr. Liu, said he feared long-term damage to his son's liver and digestive system. Oh, I'm sure, among other things, he's going to have some learning disabilities.
Welcome to McDonald's. May I help you?
Yeah, well, possibly. Test results show that the contaminated red date cake contained 1,052 milligrams of lead, while corn sausage rolls had 1,340 milligrams, both staggeringly high than the national limit of 0.5. Local authorities have launched a formal investigation into the incident. The school principal, along with the facility's primary investor and 6 other individuals, are now facing charges related to the production and distribution of toxic food. Tianhua Mayor Louis Ling Guang acknowledged the failure. I nailed it, I know. Acknowledged the failure of food safety oversight and vowed systemic reform. Quote, "This case has revealed serious weakness in our supervision mechanisms. We must learn from this and prevent such incidents in the future." It remains unclear how long the use of industrial paint in food preparation had gone unnoticed. So there you go. That is what's happening in your world today, freaks. Let's do a couple voicemails and get the hell out of here. Love to hear from you freaks, and there are many ways to contact the show at distortedview.com. I'm all over social media at distortedview on Twitter and Instagram, facebook.com/distortedviewshow. Very important phone number for you. Grab a pen and paper. If anyone still uses that, just type it in your phone. 206-666-4463. That's our voicemail line. Use it and abuse it. Remember, though, if you pledge at least $5 a month over there at our Patreon campaign, you get access to a special secret voicemail line where I will play your calls first, working through these calls because a lot came in after I banked a bunch of shows so I could go visit my mother, which I will be doing again, I think, next week. I got to start working on that. That's going to be a lot of fun. Working all weekend long, doing these bunch of shows for you guys, so you guys have content to listen to while I'm up in Ashtabula. All right, let's check in with a few patrons.
Hey, Tim. Blanche here, listening to the Monday show, and you're talking about going on a cruise after watching some documentary telling you.
Lord Douche is already working on getting his passport, so I feel like the wheels are in motion, assuming he doesn't get flagged by ICE or something.
You not to go on the cruise. Anyway, yeah, if you're a person, if you're like me, I think we're the same age. Yeah. Not that matters.
78.
But if you're a person who doesn't like heat, you don't like people, don't like the elderly, you probably aren't going to have a really good time on a cruise.
It's going to be hot.
Honestly, I went on a cruise 8 years ago.
I thought most of the time you actually spend it on the boat, and, you're out in the open seas, and there's wind, there's a breeze at least. As long as there's a breeze, I'll be okay.
And it was fine. I'm just not a people person. I don't like talking.
Also, Lord Douche really wants to, he has done one cruise already, the lesbian cruise, out on in the Caribbean. He really wants to do a cruise up in Alaska. So it won't be hot there.
Talking to people, I don't care. Whatever. I don't like small talk. Just don't. If I don't know somebody, whatever. Just leave me the fuck alone.
Yeah. How do you do small talk? I don't know.
That was my big take with cruises. Old people going, "Are you having fun?" It's like,
yeah.
I don't know you. Fuck off.
You could just say yes.
The one thing that my big takeaway was, they had to play cats. I didn't know anything about it. I thought, I thought it was decent. It's whatever. It's not for everybody.
What was that? Cats? They did the musical Cats on a fucking ship? Oh, no.
Cats is the highlight of a cruise. That's my big thing. It's fine. So you might not like it.
Yeah, I don't know about that now. I'm gonna need some other entertainment. It can't be a musical. I'll watch people doing not aerobics, acrobatics. I saw some of that. Is there a Cirque du Soleil bullshit? I'll do that. Maybe.
Hey, Tim. Philly's comic calling up about your mom with a suggestion. What about getting her some pot edibles?
Oh, I didn't even think of that. That would make her hungry, maybe?
Walk into a dispensary, say, hey, my mom has got cancer. I need her to eat.
I'm going to get my mom wasted.
What do you got that really gives people
I want her gacked out of her mind.
That you can eat? Because, I don't think she wants...
We're not going to stop at pot. That's where it starts.
Smoke.
I'm getting this bitch hooked on Fent.
The stuff, but...
And then record her. This is going to make some great content for the show.
Edibles are legal in your state, man.
Yeah, it is. I didn't even think of that.
Get your mom stoned.
Yes, that is a brilliant idea. See, now, people call in and they hate on Haley's comment. This is a great idea. Thank you very much. I didn't even think of that.
Good go, TV Boo. Dragon Come here. All right. So, again, I'm a little bit behind on shows. I'm listening to, I think it's the June 25th show. Mm-hmm. And you have some... some country music. The guy's going all down in the Trumpy life, and I'm free and I work real hard and all that kind of stuff. And for some reason, it really reminded me of this singing style of what's this guy's name? Trevor from Whitest Kid You Know.
Oh, okay.
Are you familiar at all with that? Because
I'm familiar with the show. I didn't watch it regularly. I've seen sketches.
Exactly
and
the same. For a decent amount of time I was like, is this actually those guys?
A lot of those Linda Finkel Hall of Fame nominees come off as like a parody of singers.
One of his songs, his dopey-ass songs. I don't know. I'm sure you've heard them. If you haven't, check it out. The guy killed himself a couple of years back.
Oh, he's the one. Yeah, I know one of the members unfortunately passed away. Well, thank you very much. Yeah, you know what? Maybe I should watch it. I love good sketch comedy, like funny sketch comedy, as opposed to bad sketch comedy. Like, whoever says that. I really want to watch some unfunny, shitty stuff. Yeah, I really should check out Whitest Kids You Know. That aired for a few seasons, I think, on IFC.
It's your goo-boo. It's Boneless Donuts.
Hey, Boneless.
I have a David Allen Coe story, and actually, I got a lot to say about that David Allen Coe sound bit as well.
Yeah, we played him recently, right?
Yeah, I used to keep like a handful of Vicodin for any time I was gonna hit a new chick, because I was like him, dude. When my dick got wet, I would bust. I was a premature ejaculator, but Vicodin make you last forever. So I'd always keep 10 Vicodin. That way I could pop 3 every time I had a new girl over. That way I was kind of...
Hot tip for you guys, for all you premature ejaculators out there. Vicodin is the way to go.
Like a stud, and she come back, and I had a rotation. I was pretty awesome in my younger days. I was just a scumbag, but anyways,
we all were.
What was? Oh, David Allen Coe. So there's a song called "If It Ain't Country," and it has the N-word in it. And I'm not racist, but I was in the hillbilly bar, and it's nothing but hillbillies. So I'm like, okay, I can ingratiate myself to these hillbillies by playing "If That Ain't Country." Well, and like I said, I'm not ready to do that. I grew up in an all-black neighborhood. I thought my name was Hey White Boy until I was 10 years old. Mm-hmm. They called my brother Scarface. I'm the lightest skinned dude in my family. I got 2 Mexican brothers, 1 Mexican sister. And my brother, my actual 100% blood brother, is dark.
We're learning a lot about Boneless Donuts today.
Than my Mexican brothers and sisters. So I was always the white one. So,
okay.
Yeah, they call me Hey White Boy. But anyways, and, I had some stuff happen. If anyone has the right to be racist, it's me. But, no, I get along great with everybody. So anyways, I'm playing this David Allen Coe song, That Ain't Country.
Yeah, for those of you that don't know, David Allen Coe, very rednecky songs, also questionable lyrics. Some lines of that song in particular are, Mama sells eggs at a grocery store. My oldest is a first-rate whore. Nice rhyme. Trying like the devil to find the Lord. Working like an N-word for my room and board. I think that's going to be the problem here.
As my song was starting, 4 black dudes walk into the bar. And they come and sit by me, and that song plays, and they're and the one dude goes, who in the fuck put this on? And, I did. I said, I didn't know I had that in there.
You in danger. You look too white to be playing a song like that.
But I actually did. So, that's my David Allen Coe story. It didn't turn into nothing. I bought it around, and everyone was happy. But when I see them dudes, they always, you racist motherfucker, but it is what it is, Tim. I'll talk to you later.
All right, thank you very much, Boneless Donuts, and everyone for calling into the voicemail line. That is all the time we have on this edition of the show. I want you guys to email me, show@distortedview.com. Distortedview.com is our official website. Voicemail line for you, 206-666-4463. That's 206-660. Oh, God, is it? Oh, God.
Okay, I was just wondering to get a possible opinion if I sounded all Negro.
Spread the distortion, STD. Tell all your friends about the show. Don't forget to give us a 5-star rating, a thumbs up, or wherever you can rate and review podcasts. I'll be back later today just for Sideshow members for a bonus segment. And then, of course, tomorrow I've got a full-length show just for Sideshow freaks. So it's a great time to sign up. Go to distortedview.com right now. Otherwise, I will see you back on Friday. Until then, have a great day. Bye, everybody.
I wanna be fat no more. Just wanna fit through that door. Every time I see my babe, I wanna shout hooray. I'm gonna be better. I'm gonna fit into my sweater, and I won't be fat no more. I've got to chew, and I've changed my ways with food.
has been another excellent podcast from the Scribe Media Group. Learn more at scribe.net.